Hey YouTubers, it's Rennie here. We're just going through my garden. It is an absolute mess. We went on a family vacation out to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. If you've never been, I encourage it. There will be a video to follow. But I've had to come back and harvest. When we just got home, we're harvesting, and I've got a couple heads of cabbage. And this is my garden here. Just a couple raised beds. This bed is pretty empty. That was mostly broccoli and whatnot, and there's a little bed right there that was broccoli, and I've got Brussels sprouts and some cabbage here. There were some onions right here, and some cabbage right there I've just harvested, but Brussels sprouts coming up. This right here looks like a weed, but that is actually asparagus, so that'll pan out in like 5 years. So here's my green beans. I've gotten a couple green beans. It's July here. So I've got a trellis system here. I've got corn, squash, and green beans, kind of like a companion planting kind of deal. But after a week or so, squash is overrun. As you saw earlier, I'm still not done harvesting, but I've got quite a bit of squash. And this guy was on there a little too long. He'll be seedy. But so it went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but other than that, we got corn coming up, which is real good. And then I got a couple green beans, so they're starting to come out. But yep, I'm just going to finish harvesting the squash here. And if you've never done squash before, this crookneck squash has got spines on there, so when you're harvesting, it sucks. But if you've never harvested squash, you got to look for it, because they like to hide, and ladybugs are beneficial to your garden, but Japanese beetles are not. And I just saw one. Where'd it go? And they're very similar. Oh, here we go. These little dudes are Japanese beetles, and they cause all these little holes and stuff in your leaves. So, oh, and these guys are too. Those are bad news. So what you do is you take this stuff called neem oil and mix it in with the concentrate, and it's a concentrate. You dilute it with water, and then you spray your plants down. You got to do that every time it rains. Or you can take a little bit of Epsom salt, some dish soap, and like Dawn, and in a gallon of water, and that will also, you got to spray it down every time after it rains, because it washes it off, but it'll keep the bugs off. But all bugs are not bad. Assassin bugs are really good for your garden. Wasps are actually pretty good for your garden. They keep other things out. Marigolds are pretty good. They keep certain bugs out. Look, there's a squash. But I use the Mittleider method. I've not been doing it like I should this year, because work has been pretty busy and whatnot. But yeah, so just see, I'm having to go through here, but these are not quite ready. I'll give them another couple of days, and maybe a day or so, but they'll be good. But it's kind of like a pretty good You're supposed to cut this all back. There's supposed to be like a little path through here, but that didn't happen, obviously. So, but yeah, what you want to do is look up that Mittleider gardening method, and you can see I've gotten, I mean, this is 1 week worth, and all of these are 4 foot wide by 8 to 12 foot. This is the biggest one here. This is where I usually put my peppers at, and it does really well. Again, with the Mittleider gardening method, you can use any soil type and any climate and have the same excellent results. And it helps keep, if you do it properly and follow the directions like I'm not doing right now, it'll keep the weeds down. So you see all the weeds and the grass and stuff in my beds. Yeah, I really enjoy this method. It's great. If you check out LDSPrepper, like Latter-day Saints Prepper. Oh, yeah, okay. He's got a great YouTube videos on that. Other than that, just like and subscribe. I appreciate your time. Oh, also wanted to show you guys, my tomatoes are failing because if you do this stuff in pots, it's doable, but you really have to stay on top of it. You can't go away for a week and, you know, as you see there, my my tomatoes, they're not doing real well. You have to water these dudes like twice a day because the how hot it is. It's 95 degrees out here, so it really dries out the soil pretty quick. And if you look right here is bottom rot. Let me see if I can get a better, nope, that's not the right one. There it is. Okay, bottom rot. That's a calcium deficiency. So if you add like a little bit of lime to the soil and water it in, that'll fix that. And here's my raspberries and blackberries, and the birds have gotten to those. So, and then over here, I've got hops on the right, and I've got some just some zinnias, I think, in the middle. And then these are grapes here. So grapes are doing pretty well. I've got a couple big weeds I got to go through. Like I said, I just got home, but here's the grapes. Not bad, huh? It's first year we got grapes, so I'm excited for that. And again, I got to spray these down because you see the insects are just tearing these things up. And it's those June bugs. The June bugs are really bad. And over here, those tomato plants have reached the just about the end of life. So, yep. And this was the same tomato place you saw my potatoes, lots of potatoes video. That's the potato bed, and this is I got some tomatoes right there, and you can see what a week will do. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. Feel free to, I'll get to them as quickly as I can, and y'all stay cool.